जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति 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 जगवंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। सिद्धि सदन गज बदन विनायक, 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 कृपा सिंधु सुंदर सब लायक, कृपा सिंधु सुंदर सब लायक, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। मोदक प्रिय मुद मंगल दाता, 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 विद्यावारिधि बुद्धि विधाता, विद्यावारिधि बुद्धि विधाता, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन। मांगत योगी जन कर जोरे, 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 बसहु श्री माता जी मानस मोरे, बसहु श्री माता जी मानस मोरे, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, शंकर सुवन भवानी नंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति जगवंदन, गाइए गणपति
ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिः द्वन्द्वातीतं गगन सदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् चैतन्यं शाश्वतं शान्तं व्योमातीतं निरञ्जनं नादबिन्दु कलातीतं तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जन शलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री आदिगुरु दत्तात्रेय साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो
Hi guys, my name is John, and this is my wife Frances.
Hello.
Hopefully we can.
Not yet, brother, not yet start.
Okay.
I will invite. Brother, you can turn off your video now. Later you can switch on. Jai Shri Mataji, respected brothers and sisters from the global Sahaj family. Salam sejahtera dari Malaysia, warm greetings from Malaysia. Before we begin, we would like to welcome some yogis who are joining us for the very, very first time. We pray that you will continue to join us every week to strengthen our collectivity. Now let us keep Shri Mataji's holy lotus feet in the core of our hearts and fill our hearts with utmost love and respect for our Divine Mother, the Mother of the universe, the Supreme Goddess, who is also the Guru of all Gurus, the Supreme Guru, Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji, Shri Nirmala Deviye Namo Namaha. Now with our hands folded and with complete reverence, we will pray to our Divine Mother, Param Puja Shri Mataji. We, your children from across the world, humbly seek your permission, blessings, guidance, and protection to have this global online meditation. It is only by your divine grace, Shri Mataji, that we are able to gather and worship the Holy Lotus feet collectively every week. We sincerely thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Shri Mataji, we will always remain indebted to you for giving us our self-realization and for helping us sustain thus far. We continue to seek your blessings for the same. Shri Mataji, we also take this opportunity to thank you for all the divine knowledge that you have given us. And we pray that by your divine grace, that we, your children, establish our Guru principle and become the Guru worthy of you, Shri Mataji. We will always treasure the knowledge for eternity. Shri Mataji, verily you are the doer and the enjoyer, and we, your children, do nothing at all. Our only desire is to please you. Be completely surrendered at your holy lotus feet, always, and be your humble instrument in every way possible, especially so in spreading Sahaja Yoga around the world. Shri Mataji, our humble salutations to you at your holy lotus feet again and again from all your children. Dear brothers and sisters, today we have a very special brother, John Perth, from north of England, now living in Coventry. He will be Shri Mataji's divine instrument today to lead our meditation and thereafter share his experiences with Shri Mataji. Brother John received his self-realization way back in 1978 in Birmingham, along with his wife, Frances, from Shri Mataji herself. Since then, they have been very, very active as a couple in doing Sahaj work. The couple has 2 sons, Tom and Dan, both of whom are married in Sahaj. So without much ado, let's welcome our dear brother, John, from England. Over to you, brother. Jai Shri Mataji.
Hi guys, so welcome to the meditation. We're at a different time lapse obviously, and you've probably been to work all day and I haven't, so let's hope that we can all be relaxed and enjoy the meditation. It was a very big build up, so let's hope I can live up to this. So I'm going to turn my video off and start and just do an audio meditation. Okay, so as I say, there's a time lapse with you guys and with us. So what I'd like you to do, just to feel calm, is just to put your attention on your breathing in and out, but slowly, and just let your breathing take over until you're just relaxed. So breathe in maybe for a few seconds, hold it, breathe out for a few seconds, hold your breath out, and just do that till we're all peaceful. And if you haven't already, let's raise the Kundalini and Bandhan. So let's put our attention into the Muladhara chakra. And with our attention in the Muladhara, let's ask Sri Ganesha, please give me a good meditation. Please establish me in Sahaja Yoga. Please give me the dedication to the spirits, which is what Sri Ganesha is dedicated to his mother, which is the Kundalini. So let's ask for that dedication. Mother, please may I be dedicated to my spirit. Please remove all the obstacles to my ascent. So let's just ask that of ourselves in whatever way terms you would use. Mother, please remove all the obstacles to my ascent. Please establish my innocence. Please give me the wisdom. Sri Ganesha, please establish my ascent. Please give me the gravity of the Guru. Let's just keep our attention at the base of the spine on Sri Ganesha. Sri Ganesha, please give me my ascent. Please remove all the obstacles to my ascent. Please give me the dedication to my spiritual being and the spiritual life. Sri Ganesha, you are the one who is completely surrendered to your mother. The mother is the Kundalini. Please may I be surrendered to my Kundalini and the pure knowledge of that Kundalini. So we'll just say the mantra once to Sri Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. So let's move our attention to the left hip where the body meets the leg. The chakra is the pure knowledge, the vidya, Nimala Vidya, the pure knowledge. Mother, please give me the pure knowledge. Please establish the pure knowledge of the Spirit in me. Please may I be dedicated to the pure knowledge. Please remove all obstacles and habits and karma which prevents me from seeing my true spiritual self. Shri Mataji, you are the Vidya. Please may I see the pure spiritual self within me. Please give me the strength to seek that pure spiritual self. Let's just say the mantra Nimala Vidya just once. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Vidya Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's put our attention on the right hip where the body meets the leg, the right Swadhisthana. Mother, please remove any overactivity on the right side. Please take away any overthinking, any exhaustion, any overdoing things, futuristic thinking. Please calm down my right side. So just for a second or two, let's put the left hand into the air with the palm facing over the left shoulder. Just for a few seconds or a minute maybe. Mother, please take away any overactivity in the right Swadhisthana, any hectic behavior, overthinking, overactivity, any heat. Mother, please take this into the atmosphere. Mother, please calm down, cool down my right Swadhisthana. Please establish a pure creativity on the right side. Mother, you are the right Swadhisthana. Please calm my right Swadhisthana down. Please give me a cool right side. Please take away all the activity of the day, any overthinking, any overworking, any form of overactivity. Mother, please give me a cool right side. Shri Mataji, you are the cooling power of the Himalayas. Please bring this cooling power into my right side. Okay, let's put the hand down now. So let's put the attention on the left nabi. And put our attention now on that mother is a mother, and mother is the guru. And that completely changes the whole landscape of what the guru principle is. So prior to mother, you know, we had austere gurus, strict gurus, and all this, that, and the other, traditionally. And Shri Mataji completely changed that. So she's the loving guru, the patient guru. So in the left nabi, where we would normally be dealing with our household matters, let's ask for that kind of generosity. Mother, please make me a generous person with my time, my love, my patience. And this is how Sahaja Yoga will bring people into Sahaja Yoga and nurture them onwards with the love, not with the strictness, not with the discipline, with the love. Mother, please may I be a loving person in the Nabi chakra. Please may I be generous with my time, my patience, and my love. There's no need for austerity now. We just need to be loving, collective, helpful. Let's ask for these qualities to be established within us, that we are disciplined in those things. These are the new weapons of the guru, to be loving, to be patient, and bring people on in a nurturing way. The days of beating with sticks has gone. Mother, please establish the love in my Nabi chakra. That I can be a patient, helpful, kind person. Please may I have the Ganesha qualities in the Nabi of innocence and wisdom and dedication. So we'll just say the Guru mantra once. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Srimataji Nirmalama, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Just before we finish in the Nabi, we'll just put our attention on the liver. Mother, please cool down my liver. Please give me good thinking. Please remove any conditionings from my thinking. Let me see things as they are and not from a conditioned response. Please untangle all the complexities of my thinking. Please may I think in a simple way, in a wise way, in a cool way, in a calm way. Mother, please come into my liver. Shri Mataji, you are the one that takes away all illusions. Please take all the illusions away from my thinking. Please take me out of illusion into the reality of the spirits. So let's move our attention to the right heart. Sri Rama, please give me the ability to act correctly in society. Please give me the correct, balanced approach in society. Please may my actions be enlightened. Please may I be collective and work for the benefit of the collective. I'm not just talking about the Sahaja Yoga collective, but the benefit of the whole collective of the world. Whatever we can do in the world, please may that be the right thing. Please may that action be from love, without ego, and the right thing to do. Sri Sita Rama, please establish my right heart in balance. Please may my actions be enlightened actions. So the mantra once to Sita Rama. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Sita Rama Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. So let's put our attention on our center heart now. Holy Mother, you have incarnated 8 times, and this is the 9th. And during those times, you slayed all the negativity from the seekers, or the good people, or those evolving. Mother, these are very difficult times in the world. We pray that you will destroy all the negativity that's preventing the evolution of mankind. Mother, please give us the security, please give us the fearlessness to stand up against negativity. But ultimately, the knowledge that you are the one that does everything, and you are the one that will definitely slay the negativity that's acting out in the world today. Russia, Ukraine, Afghanistan, all these places. Mother, please destroy the negativity, preventing the seekers evolving, or the human race evolving. Mother, please destroy that negativity. And for ourselves, let's ask that we're looked after on a physical level. Mother, please give me the antibodies to prevent COVID, all these other things that are going around. Mother, please strengthen my center heart. So let's just stay with this by ourselves, so you can ask in your words what you want from your center heart. Security, fearlessness, antibodies from disease. Mother, please destroy all the negativity in the world, preventing evolution. And ultimately, we need to be relaxed in that as well, that often we feel that we need to do this, that, and the other in the world. And we do need to be active, but we can't guess what the divine play is and how long that will take. I mean, I wish Mother had slay it all by tomorrow evening, but it won't happen. So there's something that has to be played out So let's ask that we have the patience and the security to see this play played out. So just say the mantra once to Shri Mataji Jagadamba Durga Mata. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Jagadamba Durga Mata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Now we put our attention on the left heart. This is one of the most difficult centers to explain because it's just the reflection of God. And Mother said when the Kundalini comes up, it touches this center and gives the seat of the divine on the Sahasrara. But she also said that it's not an energy, it's just the reflection of God. It's kind of a hard concept. So let's ask that we become channels for the divine on the left side and reflectors of the divinity. Mother, please open my heart. May I reflect the divinity of God Almighty. That's what we're here for. This is kind of the mission, that we reflect the divine. Shri Mataji, please give us the ability in the left heart to reflect the divine. Sri Shiva, please take your seat in my heart and in my Sahasrara, that I may be a reflector for the divinity. Just keep your attention on your heart. Mother, please open my heart that I can reflect the divinity. So this is not ego or conditioning. This is just like a mirror reflecting God. So there's no ego there. It's the reflection of God. Mother, please give me the ability to open my heart and reflect the divinity. So let's just say the mantra Shiva Parvati. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Shiva Parvati Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namah. Shri Mataji, please take me away from all illusions. Please take me into reality. Please let me reflect the divinity. In whatever way possible that is, at my stage of evolution, please may I reflect the love of the divinity. So just put our attention now on the Vishuddhi. Mother, if I am guilty feel guilty for anything, please take me away from those illusions too. If I've done something I shouldn't have done or not done something, please take me away from that illusion that it can be changed or that it needs to feel guilt. Please remove all guilt from the left Vishuddhi. all low self-esteem, that we can't do things or whatever it might be. Please remove all that from the left Vishuddhi. Please remove any negativity of speaking harshly, sarcasm, whatever that might be. Please remove that from the right Vishuddhi. Mother, please give us the ability to be standing back from the situation. Please give us the detachment of the spirits, that we watch things in the play and we're not reacting all the time. Mother, please give us those abilities. Please give us the techniques of Sri Krishna, which is to play tricks in whatever way we can, but obviously have a nice outcome. Mother, please give us all the tricks of Sahaja Yoga. Please give us all the abilities to change things for the better. Please give us the ability to stand back from things in a detached way, that we don't become embroiled in things, mixed up in things. Please give us the detachment. Sri Krishna, please give us the techniques of the divine diplomacy. If I could just explain something that, if there's anybody new, there's a thing about Sri Krishna where he was in the battlefield and he runs away from the battlefield. Now that's, if you told somebody that you ran away from the battlefield, they'll think the worst of you. So he leads the person, he runs away from the battlefield and that person runs after him. He takes him to a cave where a kind of a saint is sleeping, and that saint has the power to destroy people if he looks at them. So Sri Krishna puts his coat over this person, his cloak. The guy runs in, takes it off him, and the Rishi, or whatever he's called, destroys that enemy. So all of those things look to a human being like, well, that is a funny situation, running away from a battlefield, getting somebody else to do your work. But Sri Krishna completely turns that on its head. And I noticed Mother did this often. You would think a thing and Mother would turn that thinking on its head. So let's ask for that quality, that when we're working in the world, we might make mistakes, but let them mistakes be good things, let good things come from them. Let's be positive about things, not just think about them in a way that's negative. So that's the new power of Sri Krishna, that there's a trick to things. So we should ask for that trick, that we have that trick as well, that things turn round for the better. Sri Krishna, please give us the trick of Sahaja Yoga, the trick of diplomacy. Okay, so we'll just say the mantra Radha Krishna once. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Radha Krishna Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. So let's just put our attention above Agnya so that we're not in any thinking mode. Lord Jesus Christ, please take away any negativity of my previous karmas, even karmas of yesterday, an hour ago. Please remove all those karmas, all that negative thinking of the past. Sri Lord Jesus Christ, please remove any thinking of the future, any maliciousness towards other people, any unforgivingness towards other people. Please take all that karma away. Sri Jesus Christ, please take me into thoughtless awareness. Through the Agnya chakra, please destroy my karmas of the left side and right side, that I can have peace. I forgive everyone, and I forgive myself. I forgive everybody in the past, anybody who's hurt me, done anything wrong, I forgive them. And I forgive myself for any mistakes I've made knowingly or unknowingly. I forgive myself. Lord Jesus Christ, please take away the karmas of the past and the future. So I'm going to just say the mantra now, Mahat Ahamkara, and then I'm going to turn off the mic. We can go into meditation, and whoever's running the meeting can announce the next things. Mahat Ahamkara. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahat Ahamkara Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Mother, please take me into Sahasrara. Please give me the peace of the divinity. Please may I become my spirit.
Had to spend a little more time than normal to get to the stage where we could really worship the Guru. When we worship our Guru, we have to know actually we are trying to awaken the Guru principle within ourselves. It's not only that you are here to worship your Guru. You may worship many a times. Maybe the vibrations would flow. Maybe that you might get filled with that, and you feel elevated, nourished. But this nourishment has to be retained within ourselves. So always remember, then whenever you are worshipping any principle outside, you are trying to worship your own principle within yourself. Within us, as you know, in all of us, there lies the principle of Guru. It's very interesting to notice the Guru principle being drawn beautifully round the Nabhi chakra. You never see any chakras connected with the Guru principle. You see Nabhi, and around is the Bhavasagara. So this Bhavasagara, which is the ocean of illusion, cannot be the Guru. So there are hidden chakras within this Bhavasagara, within us, which are to be awakened and to be brought to light, to be manifested. As you can see that the limits of this principle are done by the movement of the Swadhisthana chakra. Swadhisthana is the chakra which gives you first and foremost thing is the creativity. A person who is a guru has to be creative by nature. If you are not a creative person, you cannot become a guru. For example, you are faced with disciples with whom you have to converse. You have to create a word of divine magic to impress on the disciples or the people who are attracted towards you as gurus, to show that you have much more divine magic than them. If you are a very mundane type of a person, very ordinary, cannot create a beautiful couplet or a beautiful sentence, or a humor, or a joke, or a beautiful painting, or a beautiful tapestry, or a beautiful house. If you lack in creativity, you will lack in your guru principle. Because a guru has to create out of ordinary people something extraordinary. He should be able to create a new personality out of an old personality which is decaying. So the first principle you have to understand within yourself, that you should be able to create a new personality in a person. So, how do we do it? Of course, you have got powers to raise the Kundalini, you have got powers to cure people, you have got powers to talk big or talk small. Despite all that, if you cannot create a new personality out of the persons with whom you are dealing, then you are not a guru. And the new personality has to be a special personality of very unique combination of compassion and dynamism. So it is important that in your creativity you have to use the energy of compassion. You can only mold people through compassion and never through anger, never through suppression, never through showing off your powers of Gurudom. Unless and until you handle the situation and the personality very carefully, showing all the respect, showing all the concern and all the love for the person whom you are giving realization, just showing off that you are a great Guru, it will only create a kind of a fear about you, and after some time people would not like to see your faces. So the most important thing about Guru principle is that you have to create. Many people get realization, all right? They get realization, then they stay in some ashrams maybe. They come to pujas, they listen to music, they may dance, they laugh, they are collective, but still their Guru principle is not awakened unless and until they have created many, many more Sahajogis. So the vision of a Guru should be, how many Sahajogis I am going to create? How am I going to use this creativity to create more Sahajogis? So the basis or the essence of the Swadhisthana chakra, though is aesthetics, the force and the energy of Swadhisthana chakra is attention. If you have a wobbly attention, if your attention is 1 minute here, 1 minute there, if you have an attention by which you just can criticize others and cannot see your own faults, if you have an attention by which you show people that you are a frivolous, nonsensical person, then your Guru principle is wasted. It is the effort of Sahaja Yoga that is wasted, and your Guru's job is also wasted. Minimum of minimum. First, the attention has to be pure. But pure attention doesn't mean harshness. It doesn't mean asceticism. It doesn't mean disciplining your eyes like a blinkers of horse. But in all freedom, your attention to be concentrated. Where do we pay our attention the most? If we are honest, we can think on human level, we pay our attention to our children, to our wife, to our husbands, to our family, the relationships which are with love. So, when your attention has got the compassion and the love for another person, then only you can work out the realization of others. If you have to work out the realization of others, it has to be an intense love for another person. If you don't have that intensity, you are just moving your hands, raising the kundalini because your mother has given you powers and it's finished off. That intensity of love can only give you success with your pure attention, and I think the pure attention can only love. Impure attention cannot love, because all impure attention is self-oriented, I-oriented. They are not self in the sense, spiritual-oriented. But the idea that spirituality is love, it seems to be a new idea for many people. They think spirituality means a person who is just absolutely dry like a beanstalk, and nobody can go near that person, nobody can communicate with such a person because that person is too pure. If the soap cannot cleanse your body, what's the use of having the soap? If the soap is afraid to come near you, then it's better not to be called as soap. So, we come to the point that the creativity, if it is our aim, lakshya, for that the attention we should purify and to be purified with love, with compassion. And the same attention, when it is filled with love and compassion, it gives you dynamism, it gives you strength, it's untiring zeal you get. And the joy of seeing your reflection into another person is very beautiful. No words can describe it. Actually, when you give realization to another person, what you try to see is your image in that person. As if out of an ordinary glass, you are making it into a beautiful mirror. And then you want to see that. That is how you create. You create your own reflections, and through the cleansing of the reflectors, once you understand that without creativity, this Guru Puja is useless for you. If you just live for yourself, for your family, for your husband, or just for an ashram, then you have not expanded at all. You have not done any duty towards your Guru. Of course, as soon as you take to this principle, you develop so many qualities within you. The first you develop is wisdom. Because you realize where you are going wrong, why this is not working out, why there's a problem, why your creativity doesn't act. It becomes evident to you, obvious to you, and you start learning. And wisdom comes to you and you understand. Wisdom is when you realize your mistakes and rectify them. And with that, you develop the balance, the understanding, how to deal with another personality. I always tell the story of a car, that there's an accelerator and also there's a brake. You have to use first both of them without understanding what is it. Still you are not a guru. You are not even a driver. Then when you know, then you automatically drive, then you are a driver. But still the master is sitting behind. So now you have to become the master. And when you become the master, you can balance the vehicle and you can see the driver, accelerator, and also the brake. And you can manage it just in a very simple manner. So this Guru principle is limited and goes on increasing its limitations, like the horizon. As you start growing into more creativity, the more people you create. And the central point of this one is the Nabi, is the center, which like a big pivotal point on which the whole of this movement takes place. Nabi chakra, as you know, you get it from your mother to begin with. So a guru has to be the mother. He must have the qualities of the mother, not the modern mothers, but in the real sense of the word. That a guru has to love her children and has to have strength and courage to correct her children. And the earnest desire should be to put the children onto proper lines, to guide them and to help them to rise. So the first nourishment comes to us even when we are in the womb of the mother, through the mother. And so you are the mother, though you may be a man or a woman, but in quality you are the mother. And whatever you think or whatever you do has an effect on the child. The way you behave, the way you talk, the way you live, everything has a bearing on the development of the child. In the same way, when supposing a Sahaja Yogi who is trying to give realization is a hypocritical person, If he is a wrong type of a person, if he does not respect his own guru, the children behave the same manner. And they take wrong things much faster. They see to wrong things first. So you have to be perfect in your behavior towards your own guru. You have to respect your own guru in a full way. Complete surrender to your own guru is important. Then they will see how you have treated your own guru, and that is how they will treat you. If you don't treat your guru with that respect, with that understanding, with that surrendering, then don't expect your children or the people whom you are guiding are going to respect you. So this guru principle within us has to be like a great sage or a great seer who is above the normal mundane people and sees the things in a proper perspective and delivers the proper understanding of all this perspective he sees to his disciples, doesn't give them distorted or wrong ideas. Now, one may say that, Mother, how is it that the love we can express and also tell them the truth? You have to look after the benevolence, hitam. You have to look after the benevolence of your disciple. It may appear that he may not like what you are telling that person today, but a day will come when he will think, thank God your guru has corrected you and has put you on the right path. If the goal of the disciple is not to ascend, is just to be there for some sort of a purpose, then it's better not to have such disciples. Not to have anyone of this kind who are not there for their own ascent, but for other gains which are absolutely of no avail. This question arises sometimes, how to love? It's a very funny question, that we don't know how to love human beings. We can love our things, we can love our useless things, we can love some sort of a beautiful scenery because it gives us joy. We can love some nice restaurant because you can get good food there, or some sort of a thing which is of a very baser nature. But love for love's sake is this, that when you really love for love's sake, then you try to put or implant that love into somebody else. That you make another person as lovable as you are. So the whole system becomes different if you understand that we have to base all our progress, all our movements, all our behavior, all our understanding on love. Otherwise, your guru principle is extremely weak, and after some time you will find you are just standing out of the shores of Sahaja Yoga. Anybody who is attached or biased and has conditionings cannot become a guru. Cannot. Because even if he becomes so-called all those things will be reflected in that person. Or say if he is very full of ego, thinks not of himself and thinks that I am a great guru, that ego also would be expressed. Supposing such a guru talks too much, also find the disciple the same style. If he is a quiet type, you find the disciple the same style. So we reach a conclusion that first we must develop our own guru principle. If we cannot develop that, it is no use doing any guru puja, because it is just temporary. It's not going to help you much unless and until you really decide that you are going to nourish and develop and establish your guru principle. So today when you are worshipping me as the guru, you must know that any amount of my talking, any amount of my giving you blessings or anything is not going to work out unless and until we really develop our own guru principle and the depth. Because a guru makes his disciple cross the Bhavasagara. He's like the boat who takes his disciples and crosses with love and with proper direction. That has to be with all of you. As it is, you are all realized souls. And as I have told you, you are all angels. But if you do not establish your guru principle, you know of angels how they have fallen down and gone forever. So be careful. It's easy to be an angel, but difficult to maintain it. It is difficult to be the gods and goddesses, but easy to maintain it. So, all of you are here. I'm very happy to see that you have come to worship me as your guru. And I would expect that my children are after my own image, that my image should be such that my children should feel that oneness with my image, and I should be a proud mother of so many children who have come from so many countries. May God bless.
गुरुदेव गुरु एकमेव, गुरु ज्ञान पुंजी दुजी नाही ठेव, गुरु तूच विठ्ठल हरी तू महादेव, गुरु चरणी पायी विद्या सत्यमेव. असुनी भूबरी परी फुटेना अंकुरतीस, गुरु प्रेम वृष्टीने जाईल भीज, गुरु ज्ञानाचे होय परिपूर्ण चीज. बनवील मम माझा, गुरु तोच म्हणवी खरा माझा, गुरु तोच म्हणवी खरा माझा.
We'll stand for Aarti now.
सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना माँ, सबको दुआ देना, जय करा लेना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माता जी, जय निर्मल माता जी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री साक्षात् श्री माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
Okay, so we can conclude the meeting and just say, I'd just like to say a personal thank you to Maheshwari for organising it. It's not an easy task, so thank you very much. And thanks, Shri Mataji, for being over all of this. So there's nothing really to be said other than, Mother, please may we keep being dedicated to you. Please may we grow in Sahaja Yoga. Please look after everyone. What can we say? So just thank you, Shri Mataji. Let's just bow to Mother. And that concludes the meeting from me. So you can just raise the Kundalini and band down.
Brother, would you mind to share some? Sister Francis, just for 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, what would you like to hear? What kind of things
Yeah,
would you like to
can,
hear?
you know what, Shri Mataji, shared some things with you in the in the early days. A lot of newcomers are here with, new yogis. They would love to listen.
Okay, so let's kind of paint a picture here as well, because this is we are Westerners. I don't know if we're typical Westerners, but neither of us went to church. Neither of our parents went to church, and we are not brought up in any religion whatsoever. So so that kind of builds a picture of where we start from zero. So we're not from a spiritual background, either of us, never been to church, but we were interested and read about divinity separately. So we were both kind of seekers from the beginning. And just to say that one of the most peculiar things for me was that when I got my realization in 1978 in Birmingham, UK, if Mother said, all those that have come to the meeting can come up and kiss my feet. Now imagine me doing that. So I walked out and I never thought anything of it, bent down and kissed her feet. So that's kind of a weird thing for a Westerner to do. Normally they would say, what's going on here, So there's little things like that that are probably different from culture to culture. I don't know what my wife could tell you. That's
Well, I remember, because it's a very long time ago. I remember that meeting quite clearly, and I remember that she was going around. Shri Mataji was giving realization to people individually, working on them individually, and she worked on. Did she work on you?
no.
Oh, she came and worked on me, and she told me to say the Lord's Prayer to myself 3 times, and she went off and worked on somebody else. And then she came back and she worked on me again, and she said, "Oh, you've got it now." And I remember thinking, what have I got? I've got no idea. I've got no idea what I'd got, because, you know, we didn't really know anything about Kundalini. We didn't know who Shri Mataji was. We've got no idea. We had actually gone to a Hatha Yoga class, and the person who ran the Hatha Yoga class said, "I'm going to see this lady. I've heard she's very good. Would you like to come?" And we said, "Yeah, all right." So that was how we ended up going to see Shri Mataji. But obviously we were very strong seekers, both of us, and we didn't know that, you know, what Shri Mataji was going to give us. And I remember thinking, when she spoke, this lady is saying everything I've always felt in my heart, but I couldn't say. So I kind of had that recognition right from the, you know, when we saw her. But we didn't know who she was at all. Had no idea. We just thought she was a nice guru, very genuine lady. And it wasn't until quite a lot later that we really recognised her.
Quite a lot later, probably 10 years after. Yeah. You know, because there was a lot of gurus in the UK at the time, and you know, that's false gurus, yeah. So, you know, your first thing is to think, oh, a guru at least, obviously not a false guru, but that was our starting point. It'd be nice to say we climbed a mountain, swam a sea to get to Mother, but we didn't. It was all very easy for us. But I will tell you something that happened the next day. So that was Saturday that we had our realization. And on Sunday, we were invited to a house quite locally, maybe 10, 15, I don't know what, kilometres, 20 kilometres away. And
they might even know Bala. Some of you may know Bala, who came from...
He's from Singapore, is he?
From Singapore, yeah.
He comes from Singapore, and he works in America now.
Anyway, so, yeah, carry on.
So he was about the 10th disciple of Shri Mataji then. And he had a house in a place called Tamworth. And we went there, and there could only been about 10, 12 people sat round an incredibly small room. I'm serious. The room was about, you know, because I work in feet and you probably work in meters, but 3 meters by 3 meters. And we were all sat round the edges of the wall. And Shri Mataji went all round everybody, giving advice. And I was absolutely gobsmacked by it, because obviously it wasn't a fortune-telling act, but it kind of sounded like that, but you knew it wasn't. So she'd said to one girl, you know, you've got a problem with your father, you must forgive your father. I'm not saying that, you know, what he did was right, but just forgive him, you've got to forgive him. Then somebody else, you know.
And that girl burst into tears. She just burst into tears after Mother said that to her.
But she'd said it without anybody saying anything to her. That girl hadn't conversed with Mother. Mother just said this to her directly. And one guy, she said, you know, what do you do? And he said, I've got this guru. And Shri Mataji says, yes, I know him. And now I understand what that means. She knows him on vibrations. And she said, oh, yes, he's genuine. And she drew a swastika in his hand. It was all very different, because she's doing different things for different people. My little story there is, I bought a watch from one of those like warehouses, you know, where they sell everything, Emporium or whatever you want to call it. I kept fiddling with this watch, and Shri Mataji took it off me, and she said, bring me your watch, you know, because she could see me fiddling with my wrist. And she banded the watch, and she said, oh, boots, it's just like flies, they get everywhere. And she banded the watch and gave it me back.
And I don't know if we have got the time. Just another small thing that happened. I think it was that same time that I remember we were standing up, and I think we were going to go, and Shri Mataji said to John and I, you know, have you been to see somebody else? So we said, well, we do this Hatha yoga that I mentioned. And she said, what do they make you do? And I said, well, we have to chant something, and they make us, and we just sort of do a little dance, which is like banging your big toe behind on the floor behind the heel of your other foot, and sort of to keep doing that while you were singing. And she said, and she looked at me and she said, that's very bad. And I was kind of thinking, oh gosh, why is that bad? You know, it didn't seem quite normal or quite okay to me. And she said, no, it stops you seeking. And it was only many years later I realized when you're banging your big toe, it's like banging your nabi.
Nabi, yeah, like you're seeking.
It's sort of like numbing that.
Yeah.
And she said it stops you seeking.
And then she said, we said who it was. We went to a yoga class, you know, that had a yoga teacher, like a guru above them. And she said, oh yeah, he's very bad, this guy. I do remember who it is, but I'm not going to say it.
She said he tried to kill me, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah, she said he tried to kill
She
me.
said he tried to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Obviously, we didn't go back to that class again.
Yeah.
But we didn't come into Sahaja Yoga for a while after that. But we did see Shri Mataji quite a few times when she came to England. Obviously, well, she lived in England at the time.
She lived in England.
Yeah, she lived in England, and she gave talks in Portchester Hall. It was before she started doing her talks in the Royal Albert Hall. But there was a place called Portchester Hall, and she used to come and give talks. And somehow John managed to keep in touch with somebody who was running the Sahaja Yoga meetings, and would find out when Shri Mataji was giving these talks. And quite a few times he went down to see her. So, and listened to her talks. You know, I took my mother and my brother along, and they got their realization. So, yeah.
And your two sons got married in Sahaj, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. We had two children, two boys. While we weren't really doing Sahaja Yoga, we might meditate a little bit here and there, and occasionally see Shri Mataji.
We were half-baked for 10 years. You know, let's be truthful.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, so we weren't particularly in Sahaja Yoga for 10 years when we had the children. So when we had the children, we didn't go much. I think my wife sent me a few times when I got a bit off course.
After that, you became very serious, right?
I wouldn't say serious.
I've
I've never used that word for either of us.
You could tell them about how we came back to Sahaja Yoga. Nice experience. So this is a story of why we came and how we came back to Sahaja Yoga. So we'd always had the thought in the back of our minds that maybe one day we would do Sahaja Yoga. As I said, we had no idea who Shri Mataji was. If we had known, then it might have been different, but we didn't. So here we are.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened was, I might be still right, I don't know. I was very right-sided at the time, always busy. And my wife was also working, and obviously the kids were at school. And my wife took the radio, what you'd call a radio. I mean, everything's on a mobile phone now, isn't it? So it sounds like I'm giving you a history lesson. So my wife took the radio, and I was just left at home with one cassette, if anybody remembers a cassette, oh dear, and one cassette player. And that cassette was from when Mother did the talk at the meeting we went to. So I was laid on the settee. I wasn't very well. I had flu or something. And I put this cassette on and I listened to it. And coincidentally, as I finished listening to it, Francis came home. And I said to Francis, I've become the spirit. So I'd had this incredible happening. And I'm asthmatic as well. So you can tell that there was a massive change. So what happened, I was using an inhaler for my breathing 20 times a day. And after that, I didn't use it once for 3 weeks. So all my asthma completely went. And I said to Francis, ask me any question about spirituality that you want, and I'll tell you the answer. So I was just like, I had a real strong connection with the divine for 3 weeks. And I just can't tell you all the things that happened, but I knew what people were going to say before they said it. I'd stop them saying things if they were going to say something rude. So I'd say, please don't say that. And, you know, just all things like that were happening all the time. That, you know, I'm not going to call it powers, but not in that sense of the word, but the connection with the divine that was just letting everything happen around me that was going well. Everything was going well. I don't know what else to tell you about
Well,
that.
and I knew something very profound had happened because he was talking like a prophet. I mean, that's all the only way I can describe it. And he was talking about things in the Bible because obviously, you know, coming from a sort of a Christian background or Christian country, we knew the stories of Jesus, and he would say things like, Jesus didn't mean that. When they say he means this, he didn't mean that, he means this. And he'd talk about it, and I'd think, oh my goodness, he's right. Yes, well, yeah, it's true. And he talked like this solidly for about 3 weeks, and I was just kind of totally blown away. He completely changed just in that time. Phenomenal. It was just, and we knew that something, we had to find out. We knew it was because of Shri Mataji, and
yeah, I knew all the time that it was Shri Mataji, definitely.
And so he phoned up the person who was running the meetings in Birmingham, which is about 20 miles from where we live, and he said, "Come along to the meeting." So we did, and we took the children along, who were about 5 and 8 or something.
Yeah,
and so that was it. You know, that's
what brought us back into Sahaja
came straight
Yoga.
back into Sahaja Yoga and sort of recognised Mother, and the rest is, you know.
Yeah. Such a
And you're always
great,
trying to get back there. It's a really strange thing in a way, because that happened without me doing anything, and I just became that for 3 weeks, and then I've spent the last 25 years trying to get back to that. So it's quite a tough journey, really. But at least you know that there's a result at the end of that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful journey, right?
Yeah. Well, it's quite a tough one, though, isn't it?
I think Mother gives you what you need at the time, and obviously
Correct.
John
Exactly.
needed that, and I needed it, and that's what brought us back to Sahaj. It was the right time. I think it wasn't the right time when we first had our realization.
No. And Sahaja Yoga was tough then, you know, you had to, like, I mean, I'm sure you guys could do it, but not a Westerner. You had to just sit there for hours on end in one room with a picture and a candle. And that's all you knew. That was the sum total of their knowledge as well, that all you did when we went to the meditation class, nobody told you about chakras, nobody told you about Shri Mataji. You came in, you sat in front of a picture with a candle, and then you went out. Honestly, that was your diet of Sahaja Yoga. So it's kind of not surprising that we didn't last the full 10 years of that. So at the beginning of that Sahaja Yoga here, it was very tough, and I don't think I would have been able to do it, to be honest.
Mother was very strict with the early yogis here because they were quite a mess. You know, you've probably heard the stories that a lot of them had been taking drugs and doing all sorts of things, and she was very strict with them.
Yeah. You used to speak about the hippies, right?
Yeah, hippies, yeah. I mean, they weren't all hippies, but there were quite a few hippies.
Yeah, some of them are still around, and we know them, and they're lovely people. But they've really been through it, and they were very disciplined. You know, Mother made them disciplined because they weren't disciplined. So she made sure that they became disciplined.
There's a reason for it, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, but they must have been tough to do that. Honestly, they must have been really seeking. Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I mean, if you had to do that now, if people had to do what they had to do now, they'd be just running for the hills.
That's probably why we weren't able to stay at that time. But we kind of missed out. We missed out on a lot of things, like, you know, there were very, very few of them. Obviously, there, you know, half a dozen of them to begin with, and Shri Mataji would just go to the cafes with them and sit around.
Yeah, sit in McDonald's.
Stick around, and then there was, you know, before we finish, we won't keep you too long. But there was a very nice story that a lady who sadly now has passed away. She wasn't one of the earliest, but she was fairly early, and she said we would sit around and they went to McDonald's. No, it wasn't McDonald's, somewhere. Anyway, somewhere they were sitting in a cafe, and Mother was she was eating chana. You know how she eats chana like this and throws it into her mouth. And she said, "I'm eating the boots."
Yeah.
Of course, you know, that it was the first time that they'd ever heard this. They were kind of, oh my goodness, wow. She said, I'm eating the boots. And she said, I'm the only incarnation that eats boots. She said, did any of the others eat boots? No, I'm the only one. It's like she was pondering.
Yeah.
No, I'm the only one.
And you know, in the early days, she used to eat chana a lot. So even when we met her, so on the Saturday night we got our realization. On the Sunday we met her at the house in Tamworth. She was eating chana, so she must have been eating a lot of negativity in them days.
I'm sure we had plenty of
Yeah,
negativity.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
heard that in some talks, I think she's mentioned. And I think once I was in India, she also mentioned the same thing.
Yes,
It's nice memories that you brought back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was lovely having you, Brother John, and also Sister Francis.
Thank you.
To share
Thank you for having
your
us.
joy with us and leading the meditation as a divine instrument. On behalf of the Global Tuesday Global Collective, we'd like to thank you for taking time
Thank you.
off to share your experience and joy with all of us. Thank you so much, and looking forward to seeing you again in our Tuesday collectives.
Right, lovely,
Every
thank
week
you.
we have brothers and sisters from different countries leading the session and also sharing the music or medical treatments or, pertaining to Sahaja Yoga activities and all that. So it'd be nice to have more of Sahaja Yogis from England as well to join us.
Yeah.
All at the heart of the universe. So
I mean, we're at an advantage because we both finished work this year, but you know, you're in the afternoon and most people be at work.
yes, that's what some of them told me, that it's difficult for them to join on a weekday.
Yeah.
So we are having also on a weekend, once a month, some seminars, medical or some musical concert. So hopefully you all can join in as well, and look forward to seeing more brothers and sisters from the European countries to join us as well.
Right, lovely, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you to all the rest of the brothers and sisters who joined us today. Thank you again and again, and also we thank our Mother, Divine Mother, for all her blessings, for all her knowledge that she has given us, so that we are able to share with the rest of the world. And thank you, Anupam, for being in the IT support. Shri Shri Mataji. Good night, everyone. And good day, Brother John.
Ah,
See
thank you very
afternoon.
much.
Jai Shri Mataji, sister. Bye.